Let's be honest, there's only one football club in the entire world that could win a European trophy and inside 2 weeks after such a memorable moment and memorable night could have you scratching your heads, frustrated and just having to come onto camera to have a moan. It's just, we are 2 weeks down the line since that amazing night in Bilbao, and yet we still have no clarity on the future of Ange Postecoglou, and it's becoming a bit of a joke. Spurs have already fallen behind massively in their summer transfer plans. If you have a look at the clubs around us, the other teams playing Champions League football next season, just take a look at what they're doing. I mean, we can run through it. Manchester United have signed Matheus Cunha already, and they are looking like they're going to sign Brian Mbeumo to their squad, immediately strengthening in two key positions under Ruben Amorim. Amazing. They're addressing their problems. Chelsea, they've just signed Liam Delap. They've got so many other players on their radar. Gittins from Borussia Dortmund, Mike Maignan from AC Milan, new goalkeeper, which has been a problem position for them. Liverpool signing Florian Wirtz, Jeremy Frimpong. We lost Kirkes from Bournemouth. Arsenal in talks for Benjamin Sesko from Leipzig. They're looking at a Greek midfielder from Genk. They are on the verge of also signing Zubimendi from Real Sociedad. Manchester City signing Reyners, looking like they're going to sign Cherki, they're going to sign Ait Nouri, and Tottenham. And then there's Tottenham. We're just sat there twiddling our thumbs, and it's becoming a massive hindrance. I hate the fact that we've had such a good last couple of weeks celebrating and enjoying a moment that many of us probably thought would never ever come around again. And yet, here we are, all frustrated, all sat here, sort of twiddling our thumbs, playing with our fingers, because we don't have a clue what direction this football club is going in. All of the talk suggests that no decision has been made yet, right? So the transfer window opened on the 1st of June. It shuts on, I think, the 14th or the 16th of June for the Club World Cup for a month, and then it reopens. So in that period, you're missing out on quite a lot of opportunity to do business. So Spurs either have to get the business done early before that Club World Cup or afterwards, which makes it a bit of a rush, and it takes away time in pre-season for players that may end up joining the club. And this is where my big issue is, because Donna Cullen has left the club, right? So she's away. That's Daniel Levy's right-hand woman, someone that was really heavily involved in the marketing of things and just in the day-to-day running of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. And there are a lot of other rumours suggesting that Daniel Levy may be on his way out as well, but there's nothing really confirmed from any reliable sources. It's maybe just a bit of a rumour going around on the internet. And regardless, Tottenham need to clarify the manager situation. That's the main cause for concern, is the fact that we don't actually know if Ange Postecoglou is going to be leading Spurs into next season or not. And I get that it's a tough decision because you finish 17th in the Premier League, regardless of winning silverware. That's still a conversation you need to have and something that you need to consider. But at the end of the day, if Spurs were going to keep Ange Postecoglou, would they have not clarified that pretty quickly? The fact that they've come out and said nothing and everybody's so restless online, journalists are saying Daniel Levy's weighing up whether to sack him or not, suggests that we do need some kind of statement. I've seen a lot of people, and a lot of people have said to me that Tottenham don't need to say anything because the man is under contract. So why would they announce that he's going to continue with the job that he's being employed to do? And I completely get that as a valid argument. But with the uncertainty and with the speculation around the whole thing, there has to be some sort of sign or hint or comment from the club or from at least journalists, right? Those who are very close to the club. I'm looking at Alistair Gold. I'm looking at a few others as well. Just so we can get on with our summers, because we have to do a lot of business over the next few months. If we want to be competitive next season, if we want to be able to compete in the Champions League, Tottenham Hotspur Football Club have got to be serious this summer. There's a risk of losing the likes of Christian Romero if Ange Postecoglou does leave, maybe a few other players as well. Players have publicly come out in support of the manager. You know, Romero has done so. James Maddison has done so. Pedro Porro has done so. Brennan Johnson. So many of our key players that helped lead us to that famous night now in Bilbao want the manager to stay. So for me personally, I think that Ange deserves a chance to take us into next season. And the alternative is Thomas Frank, right? It looks like the one guy that they've sounded out and had conversations with over the last week or so is Thomas Frank from Brentford, who is a brilliant bloke, by the way. I've met him very briefly during my time working at Colchester when Colchester played Brentford in the Carabao Cup a few years ago. And he's an amazing bloke. So tactically astute. And I do think maybe looking at it with a long-term vision, he could be a really good appointment for Spurs. I just feel like right now it's more of a sideways step rather than a step up. And just riding this feel-good factor, this wave of high emotions and celebrations around the club. Obviously, he made that huge statement about season 3 at the parade, and everybody loved it. You know, fans have started chanting his name again, and we're just looking like we're going in a generally more positive direction. However, everything taking so long and all of this speculation growing and the unrest building on social media is taken away from that feel-good factor. And now, if they came out and suggested that Ange Postecoglou was to stay, we're going to be sat here thinking like, well, why could you not have confirmed this 2 weeks ago? Because we're now losing key preparation time for the summer. You know, Ange, I know he's been on holiday and is getting back this week, but, you know, we want to talk about and get moving on transfer targets, and there's a possibility that they haven't done that because they haven't been sure whether he's going to be in charge this season. And that's just the most frustrating thing for me. It's just every other club around us and clubs that we consider as rivals have been making moves. They've been getting going early with their business. And that's what an efficient, sensible football club should do in the transfer market if you're looking to improve your squad and build on a poor campaign. Which, in the grand scheme of things, yes, we won a trophy, but our Premier League form, that can never happen again. And I do feel like we need significant improvement to prevent that from happening again. And yet here we are missing out on a lot of targets that we've been linked with over the last few months because of the manager situation, because of the speculation around Daniel Levy. You know, Ryan Cherky, we were hugely interested in bringing him, but now Manchester City seem to have pounced on that. Brian Mbeumo, Tottenham have been really heavily interested in him since January. We tried to sign Johan Wisser in January, and you know, Brentford's 2 best players are going to be picked up. Brian Mbeumo looks like he's going to Manchester United now. And it's just going to continue happening. Liam Delap going to Chelsea because they moved quickly on it and they activated his release clause. It's just all of these little things, and it feels like there's a lot of market opportunities this summer. There's a lot of deals to be made, a lot of money to be saved, which should be music to Daniel Levy's ears. But in the sense of growing and developing as a football club, it just feels like we're falling backwards still. And some people will sit there and say, look, Mitch, the summer's really long. You know, the transfer window will be open for a long time yet. Just have some patience. Yes, okay, I get that. But this is defeating the point. When your rivals are moving around you so early on, it makes sense to follow that lead and do the same sort of thing. Because you miss out on players that, inevitably, Tottenham are going to be targeting players that a lot of other clubs are going to want. That's the position we're in. We have Champions League football. Brilliant. We're a great club to be at, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, if you put last season's Premier League form out of the window. So it's just hugely frustrating, is my summary. And I feel like Tottenham have shot themselves in the foot with this whole situation. I feel like fans deserve an answer. I do still feel like there's quite a heavy split between who thinks Ange should stay and who thinks Ange should go. And that's why we need the clarity, because we're not sure what's going to happen. And we need to get going. We need to start preparing for next season. The summer is short. And this Club World Cup thrown in the middle of it is only going to make things more difficult to manage. It's going to make the transfer window harder to navigate. You know, some clubs, may not want to do business until after the Club World Cup. I just think it's silly. And I'm really disappointed, to be honest. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed, is the famous saying. I just wish that the situation was different and we should be building on the wave of momentum rather than letting that sort of crescendo up to the top and then start falling all the way back to the bottom, because that's what it feels like. You know, the hype and the celebrations around the trophy, although will be remembered for many, many years, that the nostalgia and the feeling is starting to wear off, and all of a sudden, that's the harsh world of football. You look forward to the next thing, and that next thing is the new season. So, yeah, I just feel like there's targets that we will have and have had for a long time, and probably would have had conversations about who he wants to sign already. But again, the uncertainty around his situation probably means that we haven't even started moving yet. We still don't know whether Fabio Paratici is actually coming back to the club, and that would obviously have a significant impact on us as well. So yeah, I feel like I needed to get this on and vent and put it up, because I want to know how you guys are feeling as well. Are you frustrated? Do you feel like we deserve better than this? And generally, what do you think the outcome's going to be? Because I still don't know. the longer it goes on, the more it makes me feel like Ange is going to get sacked, because why would you wait this long if you're going to keep him? Like, it just, you want to root out the negativity, and they know that the negativity will build the longer this goes on. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm hoping for news in the next couple of days. So by the time you're watching this video, we may already actually know the answer. But regardless, it's not good enough, is it, really? And we just deserve better in general. So let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. All of your support means the world to me, and it helps me out massively with the channel. Enjoy the rest of your week. I will see you for a new video very soon. As always,